Hello, everybody. It's your guy Z Fly. That's right. And welcome to another Live at 5. That's right. Where I always bring you, try to bring you some motivational, inspirational things to wonder about, some throwbacks, or either some fun facts throughout the week. So hopefully you all are doing very, very well on this Tuesday. And hopefully, listen, I think this is the last year. Yeah, the summer's gone, right? Yeah, because according to the calendar, anyway, I think it ends on the 21st or 22nd. So we are now like officially in fall. So today I do have a tip Tuesday for you. That's right. You know what I'm saying? To go ahead and hopefully, get you motivated for a new season, a new month. As you all know, we only have 3 more months for the end of this year. Isn't that something? 3 more months, and then it's 2026. So listen, we can't keep doing the same thing that we have been doing. Now, listen, if you've been doing great things, then listen, stay on that path. But if you've been, what I'm saying, if you know you've been struggling or you just been confused for the whole year, then yeah, let me give you a tip for this Tuesday. But before I get into this tip, let me go ahead and get you to go ahead on and follow me. Follow me on my social media, everybody. That's right. That way you can be involved and in the know of when I drop content and so much more. You may know that my Keeping It Really Hot All Summer Long show came to a season finale last week. So if you want to keep stay in the know of what's happening next, you gotta follow me because this one here is actually the season finale of the Live at 5. That's right. So listen. A lot of season finales going on. So if you want to know what's happening, okay, season finale. Okay, no, what's next? Okay, well, follow me down here and you'll figure out. Okay, so definitely be sure to do that, and I'll be sure to follow you back. Okay, all right, but let's go ahead and get into this Tip Tuesday so we can get some, some goodness, some inspiration that's happening. All right, so today tip Tuesday, or the tip for Tuesday is focus on the journey, not just the destination. Success isn't just about reaching a goal, it's about who you become along the way. Now, the reason why I picked this out, because this is very important. I'm going to read that one more time. Focus on the journey, not just the destination. Like just that part in itself. Let's just dissect that right quick. See, a lot of times people are like, oh yeah, listen, I'm trying to get this $1 million. I'm trying to get this house. Listen, I'm trying to get this car. I'm trying to get this new job, this new career. We're always focused on what we want, on what the end result is. We're focused on the Z, but we don't focus on all the letters in between because a lot of times the journey is what is actually shaping us, to be who we are. So whenever we do get to that destination, it's like, wow, who have we became? Like, for example, let's just say you're trying to, your goal is to have $1 million by a certain time period. Okay, well, $1 million is a lot of money. Now, but who are you becoming as you are building towards this $1 million? Because let me tell you something. That's important. You want to know why? Because $1 million, that's going to put you in a different looking tax bracket. You hear me? So which means that you definitely got to make sure that you know what I'm saying, you kind of build yourself, because you don't want to be the same person as a millionaire as you were as a dollarnaire. You want to have, what I'm saying, make sure you have built, what I'm saying, evolved, have put in key elements so that as you're a millionaire now, you got to move different. Now, some of y'all may be like, oh, no, not me. If I'm a millionaire, I'm going to still be myself. I'm going to still be humble. Yeah. And, all that sounds nice until you're a millionaire. Okay. Because once you start seeing all the different avenues and all the different doors that are opening for you, all the different types of, what's the wrong, groups of people that you're around now, different, yeah. I mean, listen, some people might might stay the same, but a lot of people, yeah, you're gonna change, and also change doesn't always have to be something bad. A lot of times we think change means something bad. Change can be very good. So even if you did become a millionaire or that was your goal, it's okay to change. You should want to change. Why would you want to be the same as you were when you was a hundredaire or a thousandaire? You want to be something different. Now it's up to you on how you change. Focus on the journey, not just the destination. Everybody's talking about, oh, I want this $1 million, but then when you get it, you don't even know who you are. And see, that's why a lot of people they lose themselves when they get a whole bunch of money, because they were only focused on the destination. They were only focused on getting what they wanted. Even for the people who pray, a lot of times you say, oh yeah, I'm praying for this, and that's good, but don't just be praying for something. Then when you get it, you don't even remember how you even got there. The journey is very, very important. Now, I'm using money as an example, but it don't gotta be money. It could be whatever, whatever. Like I said, career or a house or a car or a child. Starting a family. Always just know. Remember the journey that you're taking as you're going through it, because that's also very, very important. Yeah. So that is the kind of really a tip that I really wanted to share with you all. Because success is a journey. A lot of times people think, oh, I was an overnight sensation, or I was an overnight this. Now, for some people that does happen, but not for everybody. So, excuse me. So you can't always think that just because this person became insta famous, that'll happen for you. It doesn't happen for everybody. So a lot of times we want to know our journey, know where you came from, so you know where you're going. How many times have you heard that? A lot of times be like, oh, wow. Well, how did you get here? And then you hear crickets, because they can't even tell you how they got here. They were like, well, I used to be poor. That's all they know, is that they used to be poor. Okay. But there had to be a transformation from when you was becoming, successful. Tell me about that. Well, yeah, I'm from the hood. And they can tell you they're from the hood, but they can't tell you how they got out of the hood. All they know is that, oh, okay, well, listen, one day I made it big. Somebody discovered me. Okay, somebody discovered you, you made it big. Okay, but what, what I'm saying? Like, how was that transformation? And they just can't tell you. So this is what I'm talking about. Success is a journey. Don't just be like, oh, I'm successful now, and you can't even tell about your journey. I want to hear your journey. The doing is often more important than the outcome. That's right. See, a lot of times people want to hear your struggle. They want to hear, oh, wow, you started with nothing and you worked 5 jobs and you babysat and you had this many children and you went through this turmoil and trials and tribulations. See, that's that journey. People want to hear like, wow, you're a success story. Yeah. Don't just be a success, but be a success story where you have a story to tell people of what you went through. Now, a lot of times also too, it don't all gotta be, people don't always have to go through bad stuff, you know what I'm saying, to have a story. Maybe your success story is, you didn't go through hard times. You didn't have a lot of this, that, and the third that was bad. Your success story could be like, oh, I came from I came from the suburbs. I had a mom and dad in the home. I had siblings. We were very successful. Our mom put us through the best colleges and the best schools. So, your success story doesn't always have to be a struggle. A lot of times people think, well, I gotta tell them I came from the hood, and I had to fight my way up, and I had to do all this stuff. I had to cheat and lie just to get what I got. So no. So listen, don't be concerned about reaching your destination. Enjoy the journey. Yeah, and I like that. Enjoy the journey. I like that. Yeah. Don't always be like, oh, I'm so tired of working these jobs. oh, am I ever going to make it big? Enjoy the journey. Enjoy working these jobs. I mean, listen, maybe sometimes the jobs may not be ideal, but listen, what are you learning from these jobs? Who are you meeting on these jobs? There got to be something about, what you're doing on your journey. You know what I'm saying? It can't all be bad. I mean, what's good about it? Okay, fine. You're not living in a mansion, but be happy about your 2-bedroom apartment. Like, what is something good about your 2-bedroom apartment until you get to your mansion? Oh well, I don't like going to these dinner parties. I'm sick of going to the Cheesecake Factory. I'm ready to go to Nobu. I'm ready to dine at Nobu with the celebrities. Okay, well, maybe you do. But listen, the Cheesecake Factory, you go there every week. So there got to be something you like about it. Now y'all ready to be at Nobu and pay all these hundreds and $200 meals and stuff like that. Waste the money. So yes, enjoy the journey, and the destination will take care of itself. Yeah, stop always figuring out you got to be in the lead. Oh, well, no, because, I don't know. I'm my own destination. I'm going to write out my destiny. I got to do this and I got to do that. Now, yes, my thing is, you do things, you don't just sit around and wait for stuff to happen. But what I'm saying is, don't try to just take care of everything. But a journey taken in vain is not wasted. It's not a wasted journey if you have learned something. Oh, not learned something. Is that a word? Wait a minute. What is this? That's funny in itself. Okay, listen, I learned something. Okay, there we go. Listen, y'all better throw in some ebonics. And who said that? Anthony T. Hinks. Well, maybe it is a word, learned something. Why I thought it was learned something. ED. He said learned something. A journey taken in vain is not a wasted journey if you have learned something. Come on, Anthony T. Hinks. He better make learned a word. But anyway, everybody, so listen, just like Anthony said, if you have learned something, then I guess I guess you're doing good. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah. So that is your Tip Tuesday, everybody. Make the best of your journey to reach a successful destination. I love it. Focus on the journey, not just the destination. Success isn't just about reaching a goal. It's about who you become along the way. That is so important. Yeah. Because listen, I've met some people. Yeah, here I go. Listen, for the season finale, I've met some people. And they're just not good people. But they want to know because they was focused on what they wanted. And I know some people all they want is money. Yeah, I know. All they want is money. They look at the YouTube videos on how to make money, how to become rich and famous. But I'm telling you right now, where they are right now, they're not happy. They are complaining 100 miles a minute. They are not happy. Oh, look where I live at. I should have this. I need that. I deserve to have this. They're not happy. So I know these people. Now I know y'all probably say he knows somebody. Well, I know him. I ain't gonna say their name, but I know him though. But yeah. All right. So there you have it for your Tip Tuesday. Also, too, just to let you know that next week, everybody, I will be hosting a seminar. That's right, in Roosevelt Island next week. That's right. So we're coming down to the wire. So I definitely want to invite you. It's a free seminar. It's raising awareness on women diagnosed or live with gynecologic cancers. But I'll specifically talk about endometrial cancer as well. So it's a 2-day thing. So the first day will be about gynecologic cancer, and then the second day will be about endometrial cancer. So if you may know or may not know, I have a project that raises awareness on women diagnosed or living with endometrial cancer, which is uterine cancer, which is the Lavender Project. And yes, I'll be, introducing that to the people on Roosevelt Island and just having a great time. So here you have it. It's September 29th and 30th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. both days. The address is 546 Main Street, on the 12th floor in the big conference room. We'll have open bar, gift bags, and speakers and testimonials. So you don't want to miss everybody. Hosted by your guy Z Fly right here. So yeah, definitely be sure to check it out. If you want more information, scrolling at the bottom, you can go to the website and check out the Lavenda page. And you can, see what Lavenda is all about, what we have done in the past, and what's to come. So it's going to be a great event. So once again, Roosevelt Island, New York, on September 29th and 30th to end September, but also in Gynecologic Cancer Awareness Month. Woo! So to find out more, what did you need to do? Go down and scroll the social media at the bottom. Yeah. That's right. Go on scroll social media. There you have it. Connect with me so that way you are in the know on what's going to be happening. All right. Once again, I do want to thank everybody for joining me each and every week for Live at 5. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And also, I know you enjoyed it because I got a lot of your comments where you were saying great message. And thank you so much for this message. You're very welcome. Listen, as y'all see, I'm just free flowing talking here. So whatever comes to my heart, my mind, my soul, I'm just saying it. So hopefully it's really helping you all because it helps me too. I follow my own advice. All right. But until next season of Live at 5, you all stay fly and not too high. Listen. Let me tell you something about listen, speaking of not too high, let me tell you something. I was somewhere recently, and I mean people were smoking so heavily that it was like a cloud. It was a cloud, everybody. And I remember a few people was like, where they was trying to figure out where they were. That's how much they were smoking. Then, listen, I was getting that contact. I was like, whoa, I gotta get out of this room because the contact was hitting me heavy. So listen, I know everybody, they like to partake. Not everybody, but the ones who do like to partake. I'm just saying, don't partake too much where you don't even know where you at anymore. That's a problem. Okay. And until next season, everybody, stay live at 5. Bye-bye.